The ocean covers more of our planet than land, yet we know less of it than the face of the moon. Below the waves lies a world of darkness, pressure, and secrets older than human memory. A place where sunlight never reaches and where the deep keeps its own terrors. Tonight, we dive beyond the edge of light into the abyssal unknown. These are tales from those who ventured deeper than most and heard the heartbeat of the deep. Chapter 1: The Siren Below the Shelf. Off the continental shelf near the Aleutian Trench, deep-sea diver and marine biologist Dr. Carter Hayes led a research expedition to explore hydrothermal vents. The crew knew this zone was treacherous, currents shifting without warning, water pressure capable of crushing metal. But nothing prepared them for what lurked beneath. On the first descent, the submersible's lights cut through darkness only a few meters ahead. Strangely, sonar returns began showing shapes that shouldn't exist. Long, irregular forms, moving with purpose deeper in the trench. At 2,300 meters, the water turned eerily silent. No sonar chirps, no mechanical hum from life support, just a sudden void. The lights revealed a cavernous opening in the rock face and something like pale, undulating forms ahead. Then they heard it, a low resonance unlike anything recorded. Not whale, not fish, not machine. A sound that felt like it was singing deep in the crew's bones. Carter pressed record. The submarine cameras tracked a movement, multiple long appendages, slow and rhythmic, drifting just beyond clear view, like beings gliding through water with intent. Then the lights flickered, and the voice came. Not through the speakers, but inside Carter's mind. Follow, deeper. The sub shook violently. The pilot tried to ascend, but the vessel seemed to be held by something massive and unseen. Moments passed, or lifetimes, before they broke free of the grip. When they surfaced, Carter noticed the others pale and silent, eyes unfocused. The tape later found on deck cameras, recovered after the vessel was submerged for months, showed only darkness until the very last frame. A pale face, eyes like black caverns, smiling slowly from the abyss. Chapter 2: The Shimmering City at the Mariana Ridge. The Mariana Ridge, deeper still, was home to a lost research station once built by a private undersea exploration consortium. The station was abandoned after an unexplained breach and radio silence that lasted for weeks. When a salvage team led by Aisha Rahman arrived, they expected decay and data loss. They found something else. Upon approach, the station's beacon was active, blinking in an odd pattern, like a pulse rather than a distress signal. Communication systems crackled faintly in static. Inside, corridors were untouched, equipment idle, samples floating in pressurized spheres, lights dim but alive. But then the walls began to change. They shimmered, not with rust, but with thin, iridescent formations that weren't rock nor metal. On recording, the visuals looked like living fractures, like the walls breathed and expanded. Every camera angle reflected moments that didn't line up, objects out of place, shadows moving against logic. Then Aisha walked into the central chamber, and the lights changed. The shimmer resolved into patterns, structures that looked like cities, not built from stone or steel, but from light, fractal, impossible, and vast. A low vibration began in the hull, like a heartbeat from below the station, rhythmically thrum, 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 matching Aisha's pulse. Then the voices came, layered whispers, not human, not animal, but somewhere between both. You have found us. You belong. One by one, the salvage team vanished, not through hatches, but into the shimmering walls, dissolving into light without struggle. Aisha's final log, found months later on a drifting buoy, contained just one message. They are beneath the walls, deep and waiting. Chapter 3. The Leviathan, off the Greenland Abyss. At the edge of the Greenland Abyss, a documentary crew sponsored by an international ocean research alliance sought to film the largest underwater lifeforms known. Giant squids, deep-sea sharks, and biological anomalies adapted to crushing depths. The team consisted of director Elias Madden, camerawoman Nara Liu, and deep-sea specialist Dr. Hiro Tanaka. On day 6 of the descent, sonar readings showed a colossal presence, far larger than anything catalogued. The submersible sank into a zone where water itself seemed to dim. The structure creaked under pressure, and every instrument spiked readings beyond normal thresholds. Then the sonar returned a solid echo, a mass longer than the craft itself, gliding with smooth cadence. The lights captured something vast, shape indistinguishable, skeletal, yet with thickness and sheen like anything living should not be. And then they heard it, a low, guttural resonance, not sonar bounce, not echo, but sound akin to a cry or signal. Suddenly, the sub lurched downward, as if a current from hell itself yanked it toward the trench floor. The crew tried to correct, but every control seemed sluggish, as if the water resisted movement itself. Then the unknown being appeared directly beneath them, a dark silhouette with appendages like cavernous tentacles, opaque and massive. Cameras caught one flash, then static. The vessel exploded back to the surface hours later, unmanned, instruments fried beyond repair. The last frame on the recording before blackout, a massive eye, slow and unblinking, staring. The ocean is not empty. It is full of memory, pressure, and things that stare into the dark. Some divers come back with tales of wonder, but others return with echoes, anomalies, and voices that never belong to the surface world. When you peer into the abyss, sometimes the abyss peers back.